Hi, I'm Marcia Carr. I'm owner-operator of a company called Edu-Tell. Edu-Tell actually began in 2006, and more recently Edu-Tell has a new product that we're taking to market. It's kind of like a process, a service, and a product all combined in one, and it's called self-mentoring. So most of you are probably familiar with coaching, and you're familiar with mentoring. Well, if those two married and had a child, it would be self-mentoring. That's the easiest way to explain it. So the story behind self-mentoring is quite simple. I was a former superintendent of schools the last decade. I actually served as a superintendent, and I was retiring and I couldn't figure out where superintendents go upon retirement. Like, what do you do with us? So I was reading a Time magazine article, and it explained that the Time magazine article listed the top 10 least stressful jobs in the US, and number one was a college professor. So I thought, this is perfect. I'll just become a college professor. How hard can that be? So I did get a job I got a job and started my position in higher ed, and it was an extreme culture shock. The skill sets, the politics, everything that I was used to was absolutely the opposite. And it became very apparent that I probably wasn't going to make it through my first year. So I started going back to what do I need, what do I have, and sat down and worked very hard at developing a process to survive my first year. At the end of that year, there was a small conference and they asked if I wanted to present. And when I did, I had to name this process I'd gone through. So I named it self-mentoring. I quickly trademarked it because I thought I had something quite unique. And from that, it just kind of grew. I'm international. I have clients in London, I have clients in York, and I've just started working on a client base in New Zealand and Australia. So I'm pretty excited about where we're going.
I'm pleased to introduce the CEA winner for the category of Professional Services, Edu-Tell, developed by Marcia Carr, we just saw. Marcia couldn't be here today, but I think she said pretty much all that needed to be said about her business. I would like to quote her book and say that since the goal of most organizations is to strengthen internal leadership, self-mentoring is a natural path for business leaders to take. Self-mentors are responsible for their own actions. Currently, she is serving as a circuit speaker, both nationally and internationally, and she's working hard to share these tools given to individuals through her self-monitoring instruction. Marcia Carr, like I mentioned, was unable to be here, so I'd like to invite Ron Zetter up to accept the 2016 CEA Award for Professional Services on behalf of Edu-Tell.
Thank you. Marcia couldn't be here. As you heard, she's over in London, actually, doing one of her workshops and seminars on self-mentoring. When I met her several years ago, she told me she had trademarked the word self-mentoring, and I thought, that can't be true. It's just too obvious. But she did, and we sent her over to the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and I can share with you that she actually has a profitable business. She makes money every year. And also this past year, she was successful and earned tenure at UNC Wilmington as well. So thank you all.